One of the common misconceptions about breather bags is that they cannot be double bagged. Actually, they can be double bagged. If you go to the Kordon website, it tells you exactly how to do it. In order for the gas transfer to occur around the bag, there has to have air around it, but it doesn't have to have a lot of air. So if you put one bag inside of another, like this, and have it so that the membranes are touching each other, gas will still exchange, but this is not the best way to do it. And the Kordon website tells us that if we take some newspaper, take my newspaper, and you wrap the bag in newspaper, and then we get that newspaper wet, and I'm going to dunk it right here in this bucket of water so that the newspaper is moist all the way around that breather bag. Then we put the breather bag inside of another breather bag, that this is perfectly fine. Now to close this, you need a heat sealer. So you would close that off. You might be able to close it off the rubber band, it would be kind of tight. And that contact between the newspaper, the wet newspaper, and the two different breather bags allows for gas transfer to go back and forth. It'll work just fine. This is how I package fish coming back from Africa, especially fish that are spiny, because if they punch a hole inside the inner bag, then some of that water will get taken up by the newspaper and get trapped inside the outer bag. I also wrap it in my laundry inside the bag so all the water gets soaked up anyway. It's just a mess for U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to look through. My biggest problem with breather bags, and one reason I don't like using them, is they have a tendency to seep, especially the smaller, thinner bags. When I'm shipping fish through the mail, I don't want the box to get wet at all. The more wet boxes we have go through the mail system, be it U.S. Postal Service, FedEx, or UPS, the sooner it's going to be before all those services say no more fish through the mail. So it's very, very important that we do what we can to prevent water from getting out of the box. Because breather bags seep, it's important that we seal them up in a different way. And what I do is I bag these now the same way I bag up all my other bags inside of a bag liner. And there's where people argue with me. They will say that, well, if you put a breather bag inside of a plastic bag, then you're cutting off the oxygen and carbon dioxide transfer from the bag. That would be true if there was nothing around the breather bag. So we all know that when you package breather bags, you wrap them in a cloth or you wrap them in newspaper and you can put them side by side. It doesn't require a whole lot of air to make transfer occur. So I can put a whole bunch of breather bags inside of a plastic bag like this, so long as I take each of the breather bags and wrap them up in newspaper like this. So you can just picture this newspaper in here, one breather bag, and then I can literally stack in 10 or 15 of those bags inside of this bag, close it up, and I can put it inside my styro. I'm not going to do that because breather bags are expensive. The only other big problem with using breather bags for shipping is it drastically increases the weight of the box. Whenever we ship in small boxes or big boxes for that matter, we are generally charged dimensional weight. The actual weight of the water inside the box doesn't really matter. But if we go over the dimensional weight of the box, then we do get charged more to ship it. So, with my experience shipping over 24 hours, I can get as many fish into a box without breather bags as I can get into them with breather bags. And the cost of shipping is kind of a wash. So with the cost of breather bags being what they are, and on account of them being heavier and costing more to ship, if I'm only going to go 24 hours in a box, I don't see any reason to use breather bags. But they are a useful piece of technology, especially if the fish need to be in the bags for more than, say, 48 hours. See you next time. Thank you.